Hey, what's up guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build-It video. Today we're going to be talking about city save data and how maybe your items are not appearing, or they're disappearing, or maybe you loaded your shops and they just didn't save. You wake up the next morning and you have nothing there. Now, several people have reached out to me or reached out to us on Facebook to ask about what's going on with their game. There are several reasons why this can happen, so we're going to go through all of those reasons. For those of you guys who aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as I do put videos out daily and try to keep you guys up to date with everything that's kind of changing on the game. Okay, so first thing is understanding how the save works. When you click on this settings button, you will not have these login buttons if you did not set the age requirement high enough. Okay, so what a lot of people will do is they will be lazy and they will not put the age bar high enough, and then they lose access to very important features within the game, such as groups, chatting, friends, and being able to log in. Okay, so I use Facebook to sync my save to my main city. You can actually sync the same city to multiple saves, like save points. For example, I have this particular city not only saved to my Facebook, but I also have it synced to my Google account as well. So that if, let's say, I bought another device and I didn't want to log into Facebook, I could just log in through Google. Okay, so you don't have to have it designated to one platform. Now, I do have videos where I go through and I show you guys how to reboot your saves and all that good stuff. So what's happening here is, let's say that you are playing the Contest of Mayors. It's nighttime, you loaded up all of your factories with, let's say, feed, okay? You close the game, you go to sleep, you wake up, and there's nothing there. Why? Well, let's talk about that. A couple reasons. First off, there used to be, or well, there still kind of is, what hackers, I don't really know if I would call it more hacking than glitching, so to speak. What they would do is, if you have your city saved to multiple places or multiple devices, what ends up happening is this does not save every millisecond, okay? I don't know the exact duration of time between it being saved on your device as opposed to the actual server, but I do know that it is not instant. It sometimes can be several hours. Usually, I would say 30 to 40 minutes max. So one of the things is you can save locally, which goes on your device. And then over a course of time, that local save gets uploaded to the server, usually when you reboot your game or when you log in and out of your stuff here. So let's say that I want to avoid this from happening. One thing you need to do is make sure that you have enough room on your device to save your save data, right? So sometimes what people will do is they'll notice that they're not able to save because they don't have enough room, right? So make sure that you have enough room on your device. But another reason, or another thing that people will do, is they'll open up their game on, let's say, their iPad or whatever, their tablet. Then they'll play on that, and then they'll close it, and they'll open their game up on their phone, and it either didn't sync and save what they had already done on their tablet, or it didn't save what they were currently doing. And this is because they have two devices open. So the way that you can avoid this from happening is to simply log in and out to kind of resync your save data to make sure that it does in fact save. So let's say you fill your shops before bed. You can either close the game and reboot it and open it up to make sure that it actually did in fact save. Or you can just simply say log out of Facebook, log in with Facebook, and this resyncs everything. This also helps you with your friends list. So if you notice that somebody disappeared off your friends list on the game but not on Facebook, that has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their game. Over time, you get people don't log in and out here. They just kind of let it sit, and over time sessions expire or whatever, and the game is not actually technically logged in on their part, and it's not syncing their stuff, so they disappear off everybody's friends list because they didn't sync their friends list, right? So try that, like load up your shops and either reboot the game and make sure it's there, or simply log in and out. That is what I do, is just log in and out, because it's just the quick click of a button. But it typically only happens for those two reasons. Either you have multiple devices and it's just not linking up, or it's because you don't have enough room on your device. But it can happen either way. Sometimes if you load up your shops and you close the game too quickly and then reopen it, it doesn't have enough time to even save to the phone, so to speak. So, I mean, try that. If it is continually a problem, you may have to reinstall the game and uninstall it, reinstall it. Just make sure that you do in fact save your city before you uninstall it. Now, another thing that you can do, and I don't really recommend this, but what other people were doing to kind of take advantage of this is they would have two devices with the same city open at the same time, okay? And what ends up happening is you'll get these notifications that say, your save data isn't in sync. And what they would do is they would ignore it on the one. They would sell, let's say, their storage or dozer or items or whatever. Then they would close the game before it had a chance to save what they had done, thereby allowing other people to buy the storage. Then they open the game back up and they have it in their inventory, and the person they sold it to has it in theirs. So it's kind of like duping items, right? And people would just do this all day long and continuously get free storage, rares, and things like that. Now, there were a lot of people doing it to a point where they got a depot lock and then they got sent to Naughty Island, so I don't recommend doing it. It can be a pain in the butt to get it to actually work. It doesn't work every time, and it's just all around, I'm more for playing legitimately, but that is something that you can do if that is interesting to you. Usually people that want to hack or whatever, they don't do things like that. They just simply go and hack the game. But that is one way that you can kind of benefit, I guess. So yeah, other than that, try that stuff out. Hopefully that helps you. A lot of people, they don't really understand how to get the way the city save works with this. It's just a total pain in the butt, right? So what you'll get this little notification that says keep playing locally or load from server, okay? What this means is if you click to keep playing locally, and you have to read the name of the city in which you're playing. If you don't have it already connected to an account, it will basically take that account and save to it. For example, let's say I made a brand new Facebook, okay? And I want to save my city to a new Facebook so that I don't have it connected to this one anymore. I can't take away the fact that it's connected to this Facebook specifically, but I can add it to another Facebook. So you can't erase it, but you can have multiple Facebooks connected to the same city. It's really stupid the way it works. So, for example, let's say I want this city connected to a totally different Facebook. And all I have to do is have my game loaded up the way that it is. And then I go to my main Facebook app and I log out and I log in with my new Facebook. I open the game back up and I hit log out, log in, and what it'll do is it will prompt me with the message that says, you know, which city would you like, you know, would you like to pick this Facebook account or whatever, and then I would connect it and it would link it to that new Facebook. Okay, so now if I buy a brand new device, all I have to do is I can use either one of those Facebooks and open up the same city. Okay, same thing with Google. I can open up Google Play if I want. Now, if I have a different city connected to a Facebook and I hit log out and log back in, it will prompt me with the message that says, would you like to load this city or keep playing locally? Okay? A lot of people, what happens is they don't ever save their city. They end up in a position where they get asked if they want to load from the server, having not saved their current progress, and then they lose that city 100%. Okay? So be very careful. For example, let me try to put that into perspective for you. Let's say that, and this happens to people a lot, you messed up your first city. Okay? You leveled up too much, you screwed it up. So now you want to make a new one. So what you've done is you have decided to uninstall the game or reinstall it or wipe the data or whatever it is that you did to get the game back to the settings, the default settings when you first install it. You play through the tutorial, you play your city, everything's going smoothly, you've got all this time into it, and you haven't saved it anywhere yet. So what you do is you hit login with Facebook or Google, having not set up a new one. And what it says is, would you like to keep playing locally with the city that you have, or would you like to connect it to Facebook? And it pops up your old city. If you click that without having saved your previous progress, it will completely erase everything that you have done. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to click keep playing locally on the city that you're on, and go to your Facebook app on your phone, log out of your current Facebook, make a new Facebook, make sure you're logged into it, open the game up, and usually it's like they make you wait an hour or two when you make a new Facebook. But if the Facebook was made at least it's like 1 or 2 hours old, you'll be fine. You'll make sure you are logged into that Facebook. Okay? Open your game, click log into Facebook again, and now it will ask you, which one, and sometimes it may make you sign in again, and then it'll automatically save it to your new Facebook. Now what you can do is you can go to the Facebook app and you can hit switch user and go back to your original Facebook and keep playing and saving to your old Facebook. So you're logged into two Facebooks at basically at the same time, but you're able to continue to use your old Facebook the way that you always did. So there's no real inconvenience there. But let's say that you forget that you're logged into your new one or your old one, and you hit log out, log in. It's going to ask you if you want to upload your old save, or it could say, sorry, this is already connected with something else. There's another city connected with it. So the only time that it is an issue to losing your city is if you haven't saved it anywhere before. So just be careful with that. I do have videos where I actually go through and show you guys this on screen, take you through the entire process. Right now, I've got some things I got to do with the contest of mayors, so I didn't have all that time to be, you know, dinking around with my saves and stuff. But I wanted to get this out there for you guys in time for this round of the contest. Just be careful when you prep your shops. Log in and out if you want to make sure that it is in fact there. Or what you can do if data is not an issue is you can just simply leave the game on in the background. For example, what I do when I play this game is I usually play periodically throughout the night, so I fall asleep with the phone in my hand. But what I do is I just click the screen button off if I'm actually gonna like go to sleep, but I have the game technically still open, and that way I don't have to worry about if my stuff's saved. Okay, because that really can put a damper on things when you prep, you know, 6-7 hours worth of stuff and none of it's there. There's a couple, you know, things that you can do to ensure that that does not happen. Those are the things that we discussed, but leaving the game open long enough for it to save is another easy way to avoid that issue. So good luck to you guys this round. If anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to hit me up on Facebook or put it in the comment section below, and I will do what I can to answer your questions.